Let's talk about one major difference in the way that you look at your dog's training that can make a pivotal change and see your dog going from zero to hero in terms of his ability to live a kick-ass life and be a productive and loved member of your family. Stop thinking about training your dog and start thinking about developing your dog. Just like human children, dogs go through stages of development. They are, after all, living, breathing, thinking organisms with a social structure that is, broadly speaking, very similar to our own. There are common stages of development that all dogs go through, but the rate at which they progress through these is very, very individual. They vary by breed, they vary by individuals within those breeds, they can even vary by sex. Most dog trainers, and indeed most dog owners, take a very skills-based approach to training a dog. It's really about, can the dog do these things? Make sense? It's really easy to get caught up in a skills-focused mentality, especially if you're a member of an obedience club where, say, you're involved in level 1 training or a puppy class. And in order to get from level 1 to level 2, what you need to do is progress, move on. The dog needs to know certain things and be able to display them to then make that progression to the next level. Developmental perspective is a little bit different to that. The developmental perspective is really quite different to this. Who is my dog? How mature is my dog? At what stage of development are they? Therefore, given who they are and what stage they're at, what are they able to give? What would be the best choices for me to focus on right now in terms of what I develop in my dog? Do I need to develop their desire to work? Is my dog at a stage where he's invested enough in the work that I want to really focus on the sit, the drop, the recall, the play, etc.? Did you notice earlier that I actually said, who is my dog? Well, that's kind of important, because understanding who your dog is definitely going to be an important part of taking a developmental perspective, because if you have a little puppy that is really quite anxious or insecure, unsure of himself, unsure of the world, well, then that's going to have a big effect on what you choose to do and how you choose to do it. Those of us that appreciate this perspective and employ it in the work that we do are then able to accommodate who that dog is. We're able to understand where they're at, and we're able to make better choices about the things that we choose to do in advancing that dog. You've just got to understand that it's very, very difficult for anybody teaching in a class-based format to accommodate all of these considerations when they're putting their curriculum together and when they're delivering that curriculum to a group of people. You have to also remember it's much more difficult for trainers to learn to employ this line of thinking, because in order to do so effectively, they need to have worked with a volume of dogs over a period of time from start to finish to see how all of this plays out. So therefore, it's very difficult to find trainers that understand this by comparison to a trainer that can take a skills-based approach. So there you go, guys. Make that shift in your thinking. Start considering things from a developmental perspective. What's your dog's ability to thrive in the world? Take off. Hope it helps.